I wanted to focus on the Blacklist because it's one of my favorite shows, and it's interesting that the script does not match exactly to the pilot, so it's always cool to see the differences between how they get from the pilot to the script to the screen, to see what's lost and edited to make it more visually appealing. But to talk about theme, I think there were a few just in the pilot itself. The theme of power and who has it. It's a big show between the FBI and Red, and who really has the power, who really has the upper hand, and it's always changing, and it's never in the hands of who you think it's going to be, and establishing that power. The theme of lying versus honesty. Red is one of the most honest characters in the show, but what really is honesty, and how do they define it, and what is lying, and how do they define it? One of the things I love that he says in the pilot script is, I'm a criminal. Everything about me is a lie. But the information he's giving to Lizzie and the person he's portraying, it's a fine line between lying and honesty. Almost like lying with the truth, which is something that's really intriguing. Just like the blurred line of hero versus criminal, Red himself is an anti-hero. He's everything a hero is not, but he does very heroic things, especially as the show progresses. But just looking at the pilot, there's always an underscore of what he's actually trying to accomplish, and it usually goes beyond just this guy's on my list, and he's also on the FBI's list that you don't know exists, but there's always a rhyme or reason to why he's doing things. And same with good versus evil as a theme, and the blurred line of you can't really tell where the sides are, where the line separations are. The visual images, the scar on Liz's hand, the one that she rubs nervously, especially when talking to Red. Just that as a visual representation of a scar on the outside and on the inside. She's a very broken character. And Red knows that, and he exploits it, but he also tries to heal those scars too. Liz's normalcy, it's just something that's very highlighted with a specific purpose. Her normal life and what she wants her normal life to be. She wants to have a perfect husband, a baby, a family, and how it's all screwed up from interacting with Red. But her normalcy and what she wants it to be is definitely visuals. And we don't get a lot of this in the pilot, but we kind of do. We get what kind of person Red is by the way he's described and the way he presents himself, and even his safe house compared to the FBI and the luxuries he gives to himself, the fine things that he allows himself to have, the finer things in life, even when it comes down to wine. That is a very visual thing done on purpose, I feel like, especially speaking to Red's character. He is a criminal, and he's not a nice person. And I feel like by dressing the way he does, and by acting the way he does, surrounding himself by beautiful things, he tries to distract from the ugliness of who he is as a person and the ugly things he's done. So I guess that could work for a theme as well. But I see it mostly as a visual representation. So Blacklist has a lot of good ones. That's why I wanted to focus on it. And because of James Spader. But good script. Glad I read it.